Hello guys, Unoraptormon here, and welcome to Disturbed, which is a free-to-play game, and it is awesome looking. Found this while watching another YouTuber. It looked pretty interesting, so I figured I'd try and go through and see what happens. There's gonna be a lot of deaths in this game. I don't think it's too gruesome, so it's not horror enough to where I would flee in terror. So let me see if I can, oops, one moment while I fix the screen. Oopsies. Major whoopsies. Okay. I need to undo whatever the hell I did. Okay. Looks like it doesn't need that much space. So there's going to be plenty of black space around the thingy. So, there we go. Alrighty. Now that all that's out of the way, yes, I'm going back to my laptop webcam, because this is one of those games that I didn't want to put on my husband's computer. And he just got a new chair. I don't want to sit in it and break it and all that jazz. So instead of having my face completely hidden by my cap, we're going to do this instead. So with that said, welcome to Disturbed. Here we go. Another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Ugh. Your crops are beginning to wilt and your cow grows sick. That sucks. For some time, the land has been very quiet. That's never good. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. Probably not. Perhaps it is up to you. You made up your mind. You're going to do something about it. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Well, that's nice. I would say, man, I could make a game like this, but then I realized, wait, I'd have to be able to consistently draw things. Those of you who don't know, I've tried to draw the critters in my novels, but I've tried to draw scenes of the novels, but I'm not the most consistent when it comes to art. Alright, so, okay, apparently, okay, so the options are crops, house, or shed. Let's go to the shed. You attempt to open the shed door, but the door won't budge. You remember locking it some time ago, but you can't remember what you did with the key. Nice. Okay, so the shed's not an option. So, okay, yeah. Holding a pen, because what I hear, there's a lot of paths. So, with that said, so I've got shed, house, crops. So with the shed, I'm just going to write nothing. Since the house is closest, let's go to the house. In the house, you feel a subtle uneasiness as if the growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe, wow, that's a lot, of your safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to just lay in bed and wish that your problems will just go away. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. Okay. Let's read the journal. Another day on the farm. The crops are growing, good health. Bethany is also doing quite well, never disappointed with the milk she provides. I'm guessing that's the cow. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. Okay. Today has been an unfortunate day. Someone broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden. But to take my equipment, well, I put a lock on the door and hid the key. Nobody will ever get into my stuff again. Maybe I'll find out where the key is. Woke one night to a foul smell I've never come across before. I took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing after searching about the farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should make a trip into the city to see what it is about. Okay. So, just a warning, this may turn into a several-part series depending on what happens today while I'm recording. Open chest. Find nothing more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. Close the chest. Does my person have like amnesia or something? Just for lulz, let's lay in bed. Lay in your bed and fall asleep to this light sound of wind blowing against the grass. You begin to hear whispers and chants, but you can't make anything of it. An image appears before you, a stone glowing as if it were alive. The chants get louder as your vision grows in more detail. Okay, so I got a feeling this is like just a vision of something I need to find. Toward the stone with your hand. As your finger makes contact, a clash of thunders rattles you. Your clothing and skin start to flake away like dust in the wind. The particles, flow into the stone, sapping the life from your body. You feel pain you have never experienced before, and fear begins to flood over you. You suddenly see yourself lying in bed, never to wake up again. Your adventure in here. It's here. Okay, and with that, I get an achievement. Jeez. Okay, so house leads to death. Okay. Not doing that again. Try this again. Dull day. Land quiet. Skip. Alright, let's go to the crops, because we didn't do that. Path divides the crops you have labored so hard to prosper. Okay. So, alright. These past months, a penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away and time is running short. Well, the pen looks closer. Okay. So we have pen and then path. I've opened the pen. Toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. Your poor cow lays lifeless on the ground as a growing blight slowly begins to consume her body. Oh, poor cow. You feel sick to your stomach as you stand there, especially as you stare at the black mushrooms that dot the ground. Okay. Let's inspect the water. Inspect the water, looking for anything abnormal. You notice the water has a dark consistency to it. Dropping a stone into it, black particles from the bottom swirl about like a thunderstorm. Your face shrivels in disgust. Ugh. Okay, let's grab a mushroom. Oh, fuck, I died again. Kneel down and grab a mushroom. As you begin to rip it out of the ground, a cloud of spores sprays from the mushroom. Your hands begin to burn and melt as you observe them. Slowly your body shrivels up into a dark, moist consistency as the poison spreads. You die eventually after crawling about on the ground. Your adventure ends here. Okay, so pen equals death. We're at 2. Yeah. Skip. Crops. Okay. Follow the path. Turn down the trail for a while until you see a cave off in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be something helpful here. I'm gonna do a quick save. Actually gonna save flat out. So, empty slot. Return. Could be something helpful in there. Okay, so, path. There's cave. And then there's another path. Technically. So, because the cave's closer, and why do I get the feeling I'm going to die again? There's a faint whistle from the wind passing between the rocks. The temperature significantly cools as you enter the cave. Notice there's a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deathly plight found outside. Let's go further into the... Fuck. Before you take your next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. You realize that you have made a terrible mistake, even thinking that something helpful can be in here. Run the fuck away. When you turn around, the bear roars with a deep growl, shaking the loose stones about the cave. All you could think about is making it back home in one piece. Oh dear. Oh jeez. Well, you make it to the trail, then the bear catches up with you, tackling you to the ground. You scream in pain as the bear rips you apart. Your adventure ends here. So much death. Load game. So, we can cut some of this stuff out. So, cave equals death. So, let's go along the path. You come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. Let's inspect this wagon. Look about the mess and find bits of food and clothes scattered about the scene. I'm going to guess the bear got it. You notice key on the ground during your search. Pick up the key, continue on your way. Okay. So, path led to another path and a key. After what felt like an hour or two, you reach a bridge. Nearby the path is a small shack similar to the house you have on the farm. The man that lives here is a kind fellow from what you recall. Maybe he is home. Inspect the shack. And I'm gonna save. Yes. Toward the structure, and you walk toward the structure and knock on the door. Scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person that lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. Remember picking up a key from the wagon and use it on the door. Door unlock. Okay. Door unlocks. Okay, so maybe the broken wagon we found, the guy got eaten by a bear? Okay. So, path and key. So I'm going to draw a little arrow down here, and then key and house. Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. Well, there's scratches all over the floor. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You're overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Inspect the book on the table. You pick up the book and start to flip through the pages. Discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Day's trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What I am thrilled most about, however, is that one of my buddies mentioned to me at the conclusion of our day. Apparently there is a pond nearby that has some of the biggest fish in the region. With a good catch, I can make enough to move things forward. Caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch any from there. I guess your typical fishing rod won't do the trick. But what can be done about it then? Something to be intrigued about, I suppose. These past couple weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business has gone under, and I've lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to extremes, but that can't be helped now. I'm leaving this place forever and never to return. This land is dying, and there's nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave while they can. Can't find a name to this man, but regardless of the name, you got chills running down your spine. Okay, do I do the curiosity thing or do I do the smart thing? Okay, screw it. You observe the trapdoor and notice the lock keeping it closed. With the key, you unlock the hatch and get it open. Without thinking, you travel downward. Oh. The air attacks your body with a piercing cold. Oof. Notice immediately there's a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surround you as you stay in this awful place. Oh, shit. I'm gonna regret this. Okay. House. Woman. Only reason I'm taking details is so I can avoid more deaths later. Tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. You there. Let me out of here. The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up to begin with? You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Okay. Something brought you here. It's called curiosity. Please have mercy on me. Okay, considering before, I'm going to decline. I will not. No, don't go. Nothing else to interact with, you make your way up the stairs. Oh gosh. Okay. Woman. Decline. Terrifying. As you exit, you can hear the woman laugh behind you. The voice causes the shack to shake. You leave the shack as fast as you could. Okay, so marking that down as could have died. Leave the shack and cross the bridge before something bad happens. Okay, so bridge. Oops. I wrote birdie. Bridge. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that has happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot under a tree and sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. Take a nap, pick at the grass. Okay. So, there's no danger here this time, presumably. So, we can technically look at this and compare it to earlier. Earlier, when you were in the house, you said you had the temptation. It said that you had the temptation of taking a nap, but you felt like that was a bad idea. Now you feel like you really need to take a nap. So I'm gonna take a nap. Bridge. Nap. Your eyes close and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Ugh. Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. Bad feeling then overcomes you and you realize who this is. Try to wake yourself up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay here. Moving forward seems like the only logical option now. You reach a point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way should you go? Okay, so from the bridge, I'm gonna go down a whole line and go right and left. I'm gonna go right first because I'm right-handed. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking... Okay, so right is tower. Tower looking over the area. A gate secures passage to the area with a wall around the property. Also of interest, there's a tree that has a hole carved into it. Let's inspect the tree. So, tree and gate. You approach the tree and notice the hole is big enough to fit your hand in. Well, that's a bad idea. You look and see something shiny in the hole as if it were metal. Feeling around your hand, you feel 3 knobs. One on the right, one center in the middle, and one on the left. Let's press the knobs. Okay. Knobs lock in place. Wait for a moment, but nothing happens. It must be sort of combination. I'll be right back. Oops. Okay, so tree, right, left, underground. Great, I'm about to die again, aren't I? You hear the rumble of rocks as the ground starts to shift underneath you. Everything goes dark and you sink below the surface. The hole above you seals up, trapping you underground. Yay. Oh. You find yourself with no evident way out but the path before you into the darkness. Your only choice is to move forward. Oh, fuck. Ground. I should have saved. So, right, center, left. I should have saved. I'm gonna go right. Before you, where do you go? Right again. Oh, joy. Soon ends with an enlarged mushroom sitting in front of you. A river of steady water flows between you and the mushroom. This is such a bad idea. There's something more than meets the eye. Step of the water to your dismay. Foot hits no bottom and you fall in. You reach to grab hold of the edge, but your body freezes stiff. Use your sight completely as chilling water sends your body into shock. Without any sense of touch and warmth, your left body sinks into the darkness. Your adventure ends here. The achievement figures. Yep. Okay. PRB. Alright, so going to the right 2 times killed me. So let's go right. Let's go left. Okay. Great. Let's go right. Ooh. Okay. Left. Right. If it's death, I'll just put a thing. Oh, okay. As you make your way forward, you discover a large cavern. An old-looking ship rests against the edge of the lake with debris scattered around the surrounding area. Inspect the ship. Cautiously walk toward the ship. The air is chilling and you fear it won't be a good idea to stay too long. The possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore. Oh gosh, you climb aboard the ship. As you take a moment to observe the surrounding, you are only welcomed by the trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. Oh gosh. You move about to see where you can go. Every footstep you take feels heavy as you hear sounds of wood cracking under your feet. Feel the ship has been here for quite some time. You explore under the deck of the ship. Okay, I'm hiding my face because I'm terrified of what I'm going to see. Now think about the sound of your footsteps bounce around the structure of the ship. Okay, from one room to another, you discover a kitchen. Although there is nothing unique about it, you feel as you should take a moment to inspect it. Okay, inspect the drawers. Finding that they have been emptied, dust spreads about the areas you disturb their rest. Checking underneath, you discover a rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there are plenty of hardened rat droppings dotting the edge of the wall. Yay. You take the knife in hopes to defend you. You may defend yourself with it. Inspect the oven. You see a lone pot resting upon a dusty stovetop. You gaze downward and open the oven door. Nothing but ash fill the oven chamber. Okay. Inspect the oven. Okay. Move on. Only to find there is nothing of use or value. Continue your search. Okay. Interior rooms left to remain in the dark solitude. Door with fancy markings upon the woodwork. Perhaps this is where the captain resided. Captain, unlike the other parts of the ship, everything seems to be left alone in this room. Before you rest an old wooden desk with papers and assumed belongings of the captain. There is a small bed off near the corner of the room and some chairs in the other. Excuse me. Okay, so I got a sub job on the 21st. Yay. Okay, you have a feeling deep down that you shouldn't take anything. Other than the lamp and other objects, there is a small stack of papers in contrast to a lone paper resting by itself. Desk you've been to expect resting upon the desk. Stack of papers. Click pile of documents. You realize that most of these are personal notes or journal entries. Cool. And begin to read. Oh wow, day 7. The voyage has gone quite smooth as we begin our second week away from home. Spirits of the men are high as we anticipate the discovery of new lands that lie beyond our documented knowledge. been my dream to accomplish something world-changing. Together we move forward with full hearts and unbreakable spirits. Why do I get a feeling I'm about to see a spirit? Oh, jeez. It has been just 2 months out at sea, and we have yet to discover anything new. We have suffered through many storms, and sickness has plagued the ship recently. Several of my favored crew have passed on to the next life. I see the growing doubt in the eyes of my fellow laborers as our voyage continues day after day. Food rations have been cut in half, in fears that we may have to turn back. I dare not let myself think of failure. Those men who have lost their lives as sacrifices to make this voyage possible, cannot let them be in vain. Oh, jeez. 3 months out here on the restless blue. With much pain, we have turned around. Yes, we are headed for a home port. We have just enough food to make it back. I hope we have a smooth journey back. Spirits of the crew are low and bitter due to our failure. I do not let myself get caught up thinking of it. Truly, we did not intend for this to happen. Excuse me. Alright. Notice to the crew. Due to our unexpected predicament, everyone is being split up into groups of 2 and 3. Scouting assignments will be given until we find a more habitable place to settle. For now, we must do what we can. Left to sea, you take your leave. Okay. Okay, so right didn't lead to death. That's nice. Led to a ship. So we go left. Move forward into the darkness. Okay. And left. See 3 separate paths. Oh gosh, we're back at the start. Let's go. No! Left. Yeah. Left. Okay. Alright. I choose to go forward. Step forward into the darkness. Ugh. Okay. Left or right? Let's go right. Before you. Great. An eye appears before you as its gaze pierces the darkness. Great. Before you can do anything, tentacles burst from the ground and grip your body. Pulls you about, but you resist as much as you can. You remember the knife you have found and bring it, and struggle to bring it out. With success, you hold the knife and begin to cut away the appendages that bind you. Yay! I found something useful. Vibrates as you do cut, and the creature immediately leaves you alone. Takes you a moment to catch your breath. Come to the divide. Which way do you go? Right. Path you walk comes to an end. Before you shines a pillar of light. Yay! After quite some time, near the corpse stands a lone flower. For some reason, you feel hope enter your heart as you gaze upon the flower. Something special about the scene, but you can't put your finger on it. Perhaps it may best to leave in reverence for now. Okay. Go left. Okay, so center, right, flower. Now we go left. You cautiously make your way through the darkness. You come to a split in paths. Which way do you go? Right. Struggle forward as the way before you becomes completely dark. There's a light off in the distance and you continue to make your way forward. Eventually you make it to some sort of concrete room. Turning around, you see a hole in the wall where you came from. Your guess is that it wasn't a part of the initial design. Okay, so left, right, Turn around to see a door. There's little to nothing in the room. You decide to move on through the doorway. Turn about to discover each direction. There is a door, boxes of supplies, and debris littered on the floor and corners of the room. Markings on the doors and floor, some of which scare you. You got a bad feeling about this place. Inspect the supplies. Feels strong to the touch and has been aware. You decided to take the rope. Yay! Something useful. Find nothing of value. Okay. So, here we go. Oof. Two. Okay. I bumped my head. Okay, so let's go to the right. That one looks... Center of the room with wood resting beneath. There is nothing on the shelves, as if someone cleaned this place out. To the pot, but find nothing in it. Nothing else to see. You exit the room. Okay, so right, nothing. Center and left. Maybe I should have done this on a piece of paper instead of a note card. Middle door. Okay, for you is a hallway marked with questionable markings. You don't like the feeling you have about this place. Whatever in these cages surely did not like to be not locked up, and there's something bleeding over there. Dark stains on his fur is dead. Oh shit. You cautiously walk down the hallway, entering a room with 2 cell doors. Before you can do anything, a large hound leaps in front of you. Beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move can surely be the end of you. Pull out the knife and prepare for an attack. Dog reacts and starts to growl at you. So center is death. Even with the knife, you merely cut the beast before it knocks the knife out of your hand. You don't survive long and die a painful death. Who's a good boy is the name of the achievement. I'm writing doggy death. I got a feeling that there'll be another item somewhere, but there was a rope, so maybe the rope will help. Okay. I'm actually going to end this episode here. I didn't think this would be a multiple-parter. With that said, I will see you guys in the next video. This is Unoraptormon signing out. Ciao. Hoy vey.